and welcome back to my little film and TV channel. You're all staying safe and well. And we're going back over, yes, although I must admit I've been trying to look for links with this, and it's supposedly part of the Conjuring universes, but I find it very hard to believe, having watched it, that, yeah, I'm not saying all those are superb, but yeah, this one's called Conjuring the Beyond. So, yes, it's been linked, so there must be a link there somewhere, but without spending too much time looking into it, yeah, we'll speak more about that as we go through it. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the Conjuring link. Anyway, let's just say that because I have enjoyed most of the Conjuring films in dribs and drabs. It's a horror, as you'd expect, 93 minutes, and it's about a sleep study that goes a little awry when participants start to go missing. Yeah, so it's a simple synopsis. Please, we'll have a look through that in a slightly different way than normal because there's not many critics reviews at the moment on this one. So please, if you are new to this channel and you do enjoy it, I try and inform and entertain on these things, film reviews, TV drama reviews. I do a football vlog on my team, Manchester City, as well, if you know anyone who's interested or you're interested yourself. And if you can push that subscribe button, push the bell notification if you find it interesting and entertaining. I do lots and lots of this stuff from day to day, every day of the year. I think I have Christmas Day off normally, but that's about it, I think. And even then, I could put something out because I record loads of stuff, but I'll give you all a rest on Christmas Day. And please, all your comments are very welcome on this film or anything to do with film and TV. I'll be very interested to hear from you. And please, if you can, just give us a thumbs up, guys. It's great. It's great to get views, of course it is, and the views are growing on the film and TV channel. Some I get lots and lots of views for, but it's great to get a thumbs up as well. Right, so it's interesting. This Internet Movie Database. Usually have a look at their scores, and that's the only one. We've got no Rotten Tomatoes. We've got no Metacritics today. Internet Movie Database, Joe Public. Just 134 people could be bothered to leave a score or a review. And it's averaging a wonderful, marvellous 2.3 out of 10. So not great, 2.3 out of 10. And if you analyse it, look at it, there's a lot of 0 out of 10s, which I normally say I don't believe for 1 minute, but a bit more justification for this one, I think. There's a few 10 out of 10s, which I definitely don't believe for 1 minute. So if you take those away, you end up with 6 people who scored between 6 and 9, just 11%, because 49 people just scored it between 2 and 5. So what I call my little 11% positivity rating, which isn't great, is it? And as I said, we've got no critics, so I've got a little bit different this time. I'm going over to Kim Newman. I know Kim Newman very well. You probably know him. He usually has a piece in the Empire magazine as well. Keen on his horrors, so I thought I'd go and have a look at his and read a little excerpt from his take on this, and then make a little comment at the end before we finish this review, because basically I think it's telling us what we need to know here. 2.3 out of 10, 11% positivity. I'm not going to wander too much far away from that, but perhaps Kim Newman has other ideas, and if you like Kim Newman and you appreciate what he says, I'm just listening to this. This is an excerpt from his website. Writer, director, cinematographer Calvin Murray McCarthy previously made an Amityville Poltergeist, though to be fair, it was called both No Sleep and Don't Sleep before the tacky cash-in release title. It seems he's interested in sleep-related spookiness because this follow-up, with its equally opportunist release title, with The Conjuring, is one of the raft of films about the phenomenon of sleep paralysis and related urban legends. One of the creepier ideas in this documentary, The Nightmare, is that if a sufferer of SP tells someone else that they have this recurring dream of being frozen in bed with a dark figure looming over them, the person who's told the story might start having these dreams too. It's perhaps related that since that documentary came out, maybe a dozen fiction films have explored the idea. Mara, Slumber, The Harbinger, etc. So this is just the latest iteration of The Nightmare. Given the title's attempt to latch onto the Conjuring franchise, it's odd that McCarthy's apparent narrative model is The Haunting. Heroine Wanda Fulcher, played by Victoria Grace Barello, has an argument with her brother and sister-in-law with whom she's lodging after a divorce. That's exactly like the one Eleanor has with her sister in that story, and similarly escapes a suffocating situation by borrowing a car and driving off to volunteer in a pseudo-scientific experiment. Here, Dr. Richard Pretorius, played by Steve Larkin, there's waffle about the name sounding familiar, is running a study of sleep paralysis in a decommissioned school. a decent location, reasonably well used, says Kim, which brings in a clutch of other varied characters it doesn't do to get too attached to. One is, well, I probably didn't. I didn't invest in any of the characters in all fairness. One is called Theo, but he's a guy played by Tim Coyle, while Margot, played by Jack Skellington, is the equivalent of Theo from The Haunting of Hill House, only tattooed and sexy rather than a lesbian. Haunting of Hill House, half decent. At the getting to know each other session, Wanda reasonably objects that she doesn't suffer from sleep paralysis, and Dr. P unreassuringly counters that he doesn't mind because he can instill the condition in them all through hypnosis. Cheers, mate. This is a bad idea goes without saying. And after some whispery setup, everyone starts being bothered by a night hag, Sheena Race Shirts, who is slightly comical looking, but also sometimes properly scary. She is, yeah. I've got a little bit scared myself at times. Characters get got by the monster and disappear from the facility. There's the usual contrivance about confiscated phones and car keys to keep everyone in danger and out of touch with outside help. And things escalate reasonably well until a twist ending you'd have to nod off at the end, or of Act 1. You would have had to nod off at the end of Act 1 not to see coming, like an Amityville Poltergeist, a lopsided film which had one genuinely disturbing idea. Conjuring the Beyond gets a bit cutesy with its homages to horror classics and has some makeshift performances. Larkin is as British as Richard Johnson, but a burly rugby player type oddly cast as a boffin. But it's also sincere, low-key, creepy, and occasionally strikes sparks. There, Kim doesn't give it a score as such, but he's having a downer on it. But I think the most things I've noticed with Kim Newman over the years is he tries to put a decent spin on things. Even the worst horror that I've watched, and I've read his articles for over many years in Empire magazine, and I've watched the films he's talked about, not glowingly, but at least sort of liking them a little bit. And I've never quite agreed, and I think it's the same with this. But as I say, if you're a Kim Newman fan and you agree with what he says, then please take that into account with that excerpt I've just read from his website review. So as I say, I think he is kind to horrors because that's his genre, that's what he looks at, and his critique is always a little bit more positive than I think it probably deserves to be. Yes, as I did say, it generally brought some goosebumps to me, a couple of things, especially the hag. But overall, this was pretty shocking, poorly acted, very poorly acted, and at times just stupid, and it will have an ending that will totally piss you off, to be honest with you. So there you go. I'm not going to give this a mark. It's just not good enough. I like the poster. Don't get me wrong. We used to do a little thing, didn't we, with the poster versus the film. I do like the poster. I think the poster's really good. I wouldn't mind that on my wall. But unfortunately, the film, forget it. Not very good. Let me know what you think anyway, guys. As I said, it's a little bit different to the normal review I do, obviously, with this Kim Newman excerpt. But if you like it, let me know anyway. If you're more interested in Kim Newman, you want me to quote from him in future reviews, etc. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about this film or anything else to do with film and TV. Till we meet again, that's one thing. Don't go getting sleep paralysis. That's the one thing. Don't be getting that. Don't be getting dragged off anywhere. I only ask you all to please stay safe. Bye for now.